What was it like for you being on that mound, throwing pitches to people who you grew up watching? Is this a dream come true? Has it hit you yet?
It is a dream come true, and I'm sure tonight when I'm laying in bed in New York that it'll really hit me. Um, my dad, it's his signature move. He's been doing it for years. When I was in college, would run around our basement when they're watching the game on TV, high-fiving everyone. But yeah, I mean, it's. I'm sure it'll sink in later tonight.
Trey, a bunch of your teammates and your manager have been up here the last day or so talking about kind of your calmness and your poise and your maturity. Do you feel like you've always kind of had that when you're on the mound, or when did you kind of develop those traits?
I feel like for the most part, I've always had that. I would say in college is when I really learned that. Just talking about like the mental game and not getting too high, but not getting too low. Like if something goes bad, just brush it off. But if something goes really good, still be able to brush it off and move on to the next pitch. Yeah.
And then
Great. Two things. First of all, Fernando Perez sent a message from Nicaragua to you, a former teammate in Vancouver. He says he's proud of you. And the second stuff, if any moment in the minor leagues that helped to you to build that you are right now?
Yeah, every stop of the way, I learned something new because it was a new group of coaches, support staff, and teammates. So just making friends, learning stuff, talking to coaches, pitching coaches, nutritionists, whatever it is. I've learned something new at every single level.
Trey, you broke the record for most strikeouts by a rookie pitcher in franchise history. Vladdy also hit the first Grand Slam in the franchise postseason history. So how special does that make the day for you?
Really special. I mean, hitting a grand. I didn't know that was the Grand Slam was the first one in franchise history, but I mean, being able to put up 4 runs just like that is special to any pitcher. And then for myself, I couldn't do this without my teammates. They've been in my corner. They've made crazy plays behind me. The 4 starts I've been here, and I'm just very, very lucky to be a part of this organization and today.
Trey, I'm assuming last year at this time you're probably in instructs, just having gotten drafted. You're watching the Yankees in the World Series. I know they don't have names on the backs of these jerseys, but how do you separate, that's Aaron Judge in there, that's Giancarlo Stanton, these are the people I'm pitching to just sort of see them as just another hitter I have to get out?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta treat it like you're in control and you're confident in your own stuff. If you're up there worried about the hitter and his talent, you're not going to execute how you want to. You're not going to be able to make the pitches that you want to. So it's just the belief in yourself, the belief in your stuff, the belief in your catcher that sets apart like the aspect of worrying about the hitter.
Stay in that same spot.
Hey Trey, on a day like this where a million things happen, is there a singular moment you think you'll remember most about this day?
Probably curtain call. That was special, having walking off the mound, having all of this place standing on their feet and just showing support for me. It was very special.
Go one row ahead to Ben.
You've got some pretty experienced and accomplished teammates. Did you have the chance to chat with them at all about your outing? What did they maybe say to you as the game was coming to an end?
Yeah, I talked to a bunch of the guys on the starting staff, and they were just saying congrats. That was special, whatnot. And some of them were saying that I called that. So they were in my corner from the jump.
Go to Mitch in the back.
Trey over here. I'm just wondering that first inning after walking Judge, you go 2-0 to Bellinger and you kind of ask for a new ball, step off the mound, grab the rosin bag. What are you kind of thinking in that moment or saying to yourself in the first there?
I'm just trying to reset, get in control of my breath, and just keep my heart rate down, not let the game speed up on me, and just focus on whatever the next pitch I have to make is. Because, I mean, I walked him on, I believe, 4 pitches, and they weren't bad pitches, they weren't bad misses. So I was just recentering myself to just make minor adjustments to get back in the zone.
We'll take a last question, fourth row on your right.
Just who pushed you out for the curtain call? Who did someone tell you to go do it?
Pretty much the entire dugout was telling me to. Springer was definitely there. One of the high advocates for it. But it was a dugout. It was the whole dugout.
All right, Trey. Well, great job. What a game. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Ernie Clement should be down in a couple minutes. Welcome, Ernie. Ernie, thanks so much for taking the time. Who has the first question? We'll start with Keegan.
Ernie, you've talked to a lot of us over the years about like what it's meant for you to have this organization like believe in you and stick with them. With that in mind, what does it mean for you to have that moment right there in front of this crowd?
Yeah, it was awesome. It's kind of what you dream about, as a kid in the backyard. But usually it's in the 9th inning when you do that kind of thing. So I still had a lot of game left, so I had to lock back in. I had to walk back into the clubhouse and kind of gather myself because my heart was beating so fast. I was so excited, but had to reel it back in and finish the ball game.
Ben, third row.
Ernie, we just talked to Trey. Obviously, unbelievable game from him. What was your perspective on what he did watching him from third base?
Yeah, he made our job in the field easy. He struck everybody out, so that was nice. Because those ground balls can get a little scary in those kind of games. But no, he was amazing. He was amazing, very poised. It's the same Trey that we've seen for his first couple starts. So very encouraging, and I'd encourage him to keep making our job easy.
We'll stay in the same spot.
Ernie, just wondering what was going through your mind as you were running around the bases, first career playoff hit, and you kind of had your arms out, like maybe you were flying or something. Just wondering what that moment was
I have
like.
no idea. I don't remember anything. I totally blacked out. I honestly have no idea what I was doing. I look like an idiot, but it is what it is.
Go to the fifth row, straight back.
Ernie, what does it say about this offense that you've got more home runs in these 2 games than strikeouts combined so far? 8 homers and 7 strikeouts through 2 games.
Yeah, we're wow. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. The not striking out thing is pretty awesome because we're just grinding in there. Trying to be a tough at bat, and it's 1 through 9. Not giving away at bats and just trying to make it tough on their pitchers. We know where they're at in terms of like their bullpen and everything. They just came off a really tough series, so it's really important for us to work them and just make it as tough as possible on them.
Third row on your left, Ernie.
Ernie, the crowd the last 2 days has been especially electric. Does it feel like you're playing for something bigger than the Toronto Blue Jays, that you're playing for the country? And what does that feel like right now?
Yeah, when you're playing for a country it's a little bit different. It's been really special to kind of look around, take a step back and look around and see all the people there supporting you, and the crowds have been amazing. At the end of the day, we're playing for the guys in our clubhouse. We love each other a lot, and we're a really close group. And then, we're playing for the Blue Jays organization, and then we're playing for an entire country. So there's not another team that can say that. It's really, really special.
Other questions for Ernie? Yeah, Rob in the back left corner.
Hey, Ernie, you guys have played with confidence all year long and believed in yourselves. Does that hit another level when you have a weekend like you just had?
Yeah, we've played our asses off at home. There's no denying it, and that's huge because of the fans and the comfortability, and it's just we play with a lot of pride here in Toronto, and it goes a long way when you get 40,000 and you have everybody cheering you on. It makes it really easy.
Other questions for Ernie? On your right, second row.
You talk about playing for a country, for Canada here, but back home in Rochester, probably a lot of Yankee fans. How are you going to deal with those guys?
Well, hopefully we're starting to convert them to Blue Jays fans. But honestly, the support back in Rochester is unbelievable, and I get a bunch of texts, and I can feel the love. It's really appreciated, and I think we're on our way to converting quite a few people from Yankees fans to Blue Jays fans.
Anything else for Ernie? All right, Ernie, congrats to you and your teammates, and we'll see you in New York.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. That's a wrap for the post game, and we will send out tomorrow's schedule as soon as we have it. Safe travels to those of you going on to New York.